What is up, everybody? Patrick 1969, and in this video review we are taking a look at something I've been waiting for months, and that is the Zombie Lab zombie figures. But man, where do I start with this thing? This thing was a Kickstarter campaign that lasted a good long time, and it had a lot of backers, and the figures have finally come out. These were actually supposed to come out sometime in October, and they never did, and they got pushed back until they were released last month. Actually, in fact, I think they were supposed to be released sooner than October, excuse me. So they were pushed back quite a long time, and I've just been waiting. I spent a shit ton of money on these figures, and I feel really bad. And I'm not going to say exactly how many, but needless to say, these figures are a lot of money. They're the 3 3/4 inch scale. So they fit right along the lines of your G.I. Joes and whatnot. These are very cool. They're custom sculpted and custom painted, and they come with accessories, and the zombies are really, really awesome looking, and that's mostly why I bought them. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at the zombies and the survivors for the most part, for what they had on sale on Ami, and I got most of them. I think I'm missing about 3 or 4 of them. But anyways, let's take a look at the box, because they are all pretty much the same, and then I'll show you exactly what came in all the waves. So here's the front of the box. We see a nice open window. We can see the zombie. This is just zombie I think it was test subject 459. But we see the figure. We see some of the accessories, barely. Taking the side of the box. The side of the box says Zombie Lab. And then the back, each wave will have will show their exact figures, what's in that wave. So we have a zombie, we have a guy in a lab coat, we have a survivor, and then we have another zombie right there. And then we see some information, zombie-lab.com, distributed by Locker Toys group. So yeah, and then on the other side we see the zombie in motion there. Alright, now let's take a look at exactly how many figures I got here. Okay, starting with the zombies, because we got to put these in 2 different piles here because there's so many. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to say there's another one somewhere. Maybe not. Are we all done with the zombies? 9. Yeah, we are. Now there are quite a few of them. There are almost as many survivors as there are zombies. And so starting off, we have a Marine right there. We'll take a closer look right there. Marine, she comes with her own accessories. We also have a Debbie right there. We have a Gina wearing a Girl Power t-shirt for whatever reason. We have a Dr. Banner as a lab coat. We have a Kobe. We also have Ryan. There are a lot of these. We have Ethan. Then we have Duncan. We have Ashley, and then we have Zoe. Zoe is probably the coolest and most coveted one right now, simply because she's in a schoolgirl outfit and she comes with a samurai sword. But we'll take a look at those later. So all together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so around 10 or 11 figures. That's all I could get. There are, like I said, a few missing, but yeah. So let's go ahead and open these up, and then I'll show you everything. So anytime you open one of these figures, you're going to get basically the same thing, except the accessories may change a little bit. And you'll get a character card, and these usually are around the same for each wave. Usually they're the same story being told on the back, unless it's an individual character, like I think this is Debbie. Yeah, unless it's like Debbie here, in which she'll get her own story. But they're all pretty much the same from wave to wave. Okay, here are the Survivor figures, and I have to say I like them a lot. However, there's not a lot of diversity in terms of body sculpts or anything like that. For the most part, you get about 2 different sculpts for the guys in terms of face, or not faces, but bodies. You'll either get a t-shirt button-up with no collar or a collared button-up in different colors and whatnot. For the pants, you'll get either regular pants with just shoes or boots at the bottom, or you'll get pants with the bottoms tucked into boots. So a perfect example would be this guy. I think he was Duncan, I think. And then I think this guy is Ryan. Can't remember exactly. But yeah, you'll get, as you can see, 2 different styles. But for the most part, it's the same kind of arms and same kind of forearms, always the same kind of hands. Pants look like from the torso, look like they're the same, but there's the style I'm telling you about right here. So you'll see this style, and then that'll be mixed in with this guy over here. And so yeah, it's the same. So that's the only differences between the male survivors. The female survivors, I want to say maybe there's 3 different sculpts in between each. So you'll get a chick with a skirt, or I'm sorry, with a mini shorts on, probably a t-shirt tank top. Is that what she has here? Kind of like a t-shirt. And then she has a jacket on. Not a lot of them have high heels, but for some reason this chick does. And it is making it incredibly hard or difficult to have her stand up and not flop over. And then you'll have this chick right here. She'll have some cut up jeans, some tennis shoes, and a regular t-shirt on. And see? Yeah, so this chick sucks. She does not like to stand up at all. Everyone else is pretty much solid on their base and not moving. And there we go. So again, probably the most popular one right now is Zoe. She's pretty bloody. She looks like she's been through hell, but she looks pretty cool, and she comes with quite a few accessories. And then you have this chick right here, jacket, t-shirt, pants, and then she also has boots that are supposed to be tucked in, or have the pant legs tucked into the boots. So you'll get that sometimes as well. Another one is Dr. Ryan. He's kind of important. He has a zombified version of his figure, but unfortunately I could not get that. They canceled that on me. But he's basically the scientist of the overall story. And yeah, man, so a lot of survivors that you'll get to choose from. Again, there's about 4 of them, I think, that are missing. I think one was called Jack, one was a police officer, and then one was called Bane, and he was in like a suit or something like that. But I've heard that there are interchangeable parts that you can do with these figures that might come out soon, like interchangeable heads and stuff like that. So that is yet to be seen, but I think that was on the Kickstarter info. Now I'll try and make this short and sweet with showing off the accessories for each figure. Starting off with Duncan, he comes with a crowbar, which is pretty nicely painted. It has a little bit of blood on there. You'll also get a pipe, which again, some blood being shown on there. And then also a pistol. Now there are several pistols that are in this wave, or in these waves, and they just, one looks like a Desert Eagle and one looks like just a plain old 9mm. So this one is plain 9mm, I think. I think I know my guns. With the hammer cocked back, but it's not that great of a design, not really sculpted to make it look like a gun too well, but it's okay from a distance. Zoe comes with probably some of the most popular weapons in the set. She comes with a baseball bat that has a removable spiked collar that's made out of rubber, so it slips on and off real easily. She comes with a samurai sword, which is nice and bloody, as well as the baseball bat. And then a Desert Eagle, which she can fit into her holster that she also comes with. Whoops, doesn't want to go in on camera. And there you go, and that actually looks pretty cool. So Ryan comes with this crazy giant machete. Pretty obvious it's homemade. In the little stories or the bios, the sheets that come with these guys, they do mention that they are making their own weapons. So yeah, that's why these things look kind of crazy. Another different style kind of machete here. Lots of blood on there. We also get a nicely sculpted giant wrench. So I like that one a lot. And then probably the worst looking shotgun I've ever seen. Ryan also came with a gun holster, but no pistol, so that's kind of shitty. Dr. Banner probably came with some of the most appropriate weapons for a scientist. He gets a bloody golf club, which I think we see with another figure. Can't remember right now. He also gets a electronic pad. I don't know if it's supposed to be like an iPad or what. And then he also gets a small cell phone. Next we have Rayanne, and she comes with her own holster for a gun, which she gets a nice little Desert Eagle. She also gets this pretty brutal looking fireman axe, a conventionally sized machete, which I like a lot. Also a, what is this? This is a cleaver, meat cleaver. So they're all pretty bloody and pretty awesome looking. Gina comes with a sledgehammer full of blood on there, and then she also comes with a throwing tomahawk, I think that is, and then a bloody meat cleaver. Ashley comes with a cell phone, a push broom, and a meat cleaver. Kobe comes with a clean looking sledgehammer and a police baton. Ryan, or Glenn as I like to call him, comes with a golf club and a throwing tomahawk. Last but not least for the survivors is Debbie. She comes with a wrench, huge, a piece of pipe, bloody, and another meat cleaver, bloody. Okay, something really interesting just happened. I got busy and I was looking through my boxes and I found one more unopened survivor figure. This one's Olivia. And she looks a little bit trashy, but that's okay. And she comes with a buttload of cutlery. So yeah, another survivor to add to the list. Now before I start showing you guys all the different zombies that I have here, let's just go through the accessories. They all have the same accessories. None of them are different. We start off with a stand, which of course you're going to get with any figure. You get a kind of munched on hand that has a bone sticking out of it, and so yeah, that's something you get. You get two interchangeable torso pieces. I'll show you how those attach onto the figure in a little bit, but with this one you have the intestines spilling out, and then with this one it's as though the lower torso has just been ripped off, so you see kind of like a little bit of the spinal cord and whatnot. So pretty cool accessories, but it's a little sad that you only get the three same ones with each zombie. Here we see most of the zombie action figures I showed you earlier. I did leave a couple out just simply because they were just basically the same figure, just a different head sculpt, or just missing pieces, which, yeah, they actually sold a figure which was just half a figure, and that was it. Full price. Anyways, here you can see the array of different zombies. I think this is pretty much it. I don't quite remember if there were any other zombies out there that they were advertising that I could have gotten, but these are just awesome. This is really the reason why I bought these figures, because you can just use plain G.I. Joes for survivors, but these zombie figures look completely awesome. Probably one of my favorite is going to be this patient zombie in the green robe. Really, really awesome. I know this can come off, but yeah, I wouldn't want to chance it, having it not work out too well. I have heard on the internet or on YouTube that these figures are prone to breaking. I haven't had any situations like that, but I could see how that could be an issue. But yeah, just look at the paint and the detail in the face. Is it focusing? Yeah. Awesome, awesome face. Lots of detail on the clothing, all torn and whatnot. Blood coming down the legs, veins popping out, and that blue color. Let's look at another one right here. This guy, he obviously just turned. Blood all over his body. Just completely awesome. I love it. Okay. This chick's kind of, yeah, this This one's a little different. Intestines just pouring out. Again, those blue veins painted. Excuse me, what the fuck was happening there? Those blue veins just painted all over the arms and legs, making this guy, oh, this one right here, this one's pretty awesome. Half of his head just sliced off. Yeah. Really, really cool. And then this one, just a plain looking zombie, mouth not open. Very good for army building. And then this one, she obviously just turned as well. Yeah, pantyhose all torn and whatnot. Let's look at this one. Yeah, I like this one. This is just disgusting. A little sad they didn't paint the backside of this figure. I haven't seen any other figures missing paint. But yeah, still very cool. Okay, so we finally taken a look at the survivors and the zombies. Let's go ahead and look at articulation. I'm going to be showing you guys the articulation with these figures for both the survivors and the zombies. They're very much the same bodies. The only differences you'll see are in the survivors where they're wearing clothing, or when the zombies are wearing clothing. Obviously you're going to have some stuff making it difficult to rotate arms, kick legs up and whatnot. So anyways, this is just basic articulation that you would see with any 3 3/4 inch figure. You get full rotation in the head, and you get a double ball joint action going on where you can do a little bit of the chicken neck bend. You can bend the shoulder up or the arm up about that much, and you do get a full 360 rotation. He does bend 90 degrees at the elbow there, and it does swivel around like so. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Moving on to the torso, you do see that he is articulated in the midsection and can rotate full 360, so he can bend forward that much and then bend back that much. And then, like I said, full 360 rotation at the top of the torso as well as the bottom where the, I guess you could say belly button meets the pants. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, there we go. So for the legs, you can kick up about that high. You get double bends in the knees, and then you get nice ankle pivot. You also get some articulation in the ankle pointing downward with that foot, and that's pretty much it. The only other thing is the wrists. They can fully rotate at the wrist, and then you can bend the hands, making it look like they're trying to grab at a survivor or whatnot. So lots of articulation here. Anything, pretty much what you would see with any G.I. Joe style figure. And yeah, that's what makes these things so great. They just look entirely awesome. God damn, look at that. Okay, so we're going to switch out the torso portion of the zombies to show just how easily and how well it looks. So what you want to do is, if you want to put just the torso portion with the spinal cord kind of sticking out, you're going to just go ahead and boop, pop the torso off, or separate the top from the bottom portion of the zombie, and then just go ahead and try and fit that interchangeable part in. You won't hear it pop, you won't hear anything, you'll just kind of feel it get really tight, and that's basically all you're supposed to do. It's not supposed to be stuck inside the interchangeable part, and that's how it looks. So that's a zombie basically just chopped in half. Now, if you want to put the portion with the intestines on there, I got some sad news for you. Unfortunately, this sucker does not want to fit onto the leg portions of these zombies. Now, I've tried it with quite a few of them. Maybe it's just the ones I got in. Maybe I have to make the hole a little bit wider for the legs to fit on there, but it doesn't work. The best you can do is probably just stick it over there, and then boom, you got it looking like that. So yeah, that's as good as it's gonna look right there. So that's it for the review. I'm sorry I didn't have any figures, any Robot Damashi or any other G.I. Joes that I might have to compare the size of these figures, but they are in the 3 3/4 inch, and they are exactly like G.I. Joe figures. In fact, I kind of thought that maybe Zombie Lab repurposed some G.I. Joe parts and sculpted him and set it was their own, but no, you know, they're exactly alike. They fall along the same lines of those scales. These figures are really awesome. If you're a huge zombie horror fan, which I am, I love zombie movies, then you're definitely gonna love these figures. The down part of these is that they're like $40 each. That's just really out there. That's crazy. And the crazier thing is these are being sold on eBay now, and some of them are going for almost $100 each. In fact, some of the ones I wasn't able to obtain through AmiAmi, which is where I got these, are the ones that are being sold for $100 each right now. They're on eBay and they're selling. They're really selling, and it's crazy. These figures are awesome, but there are some minor problems here and there. Namely, the zombie parts that or the accessories. They're not too different from one another. In fact, they're the same parts. That's really shitty. Kind of wish there were some different accessories, maybe some zombie limbs that were blown off from attack wounds and whatnot. Just something different. It would have been cool. The accessories for the survivors, however, those are pretty good. However, you can just see the overall repeated plainness of it all. Like every single survivor almost got the same weapon, meaning a meat cleaver. Not too many of them had handguns. Some of them weren't very well painted. And that's mostly the Dr. Banner. The Dr. Banner had this kind of ugly gray kind of matte finish on him that I guess was supposed to mean dirt, but it just, yeah, it didn't work out. So he looks very messed up. One other note was that I don't know if they did the art for these figures before they did the actual sculpts for the heads, but some of the female figures don't look like who they're supposed to from the box art, and so that could be kind of shitty for some of you fans out there. But overall, these zombie figures are way awesome, and I very much recommend getting at least one. Spending like 20, 25, $30 on the cheapest one, which is probably one of the army building regular zombies, none of the crazy looking ones. But yeah, these awesome figures are still available. You can find them mostly on eBay. Maybe you can find some on AmiAmi, but I doubt it. I think they pretty much sold out at this point, but definitely check out eBay. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope this review was okay. Yeah, I just didn't know how to really go about showing these figures off. But I hope you enjoyed the review. Hit like, dislike, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about the zombie figures. And I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Later.